Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sam, and today I'm going to share with you my everyday makeup routine. Pretty much every video that I post, I get comments asking about my makeup, what foundation am I using, what's my lip combo. So I thought it was finally time to do an update and share everything that I have been using most recently. So if you want to see how I get this really natural, easy makeup look, do this skin, this lip combo all in like 10 minutes, then just keep watching. All right, let's get this hair out of my face. So to start off, I am going to moisturize my face. This step is so crucial. You need a nice hydrated base in order for your makeup to sit right. If your skin is like all dry and you got these dry patches, it's just not gonna look as good. So the moisturizer that I'm using, I just have a little sample. I have so many little tester and sample jars of different products laying around. So lately I've been trying to just go through and use them all up before I buy any more full-size stuff. So this is the Drunk Elephant LaLa Retro Whipped Cream. Oh, then I need to moisturize my lips actually. They're feeling a little dry. I'm using the Badescu Rose Lip Balm. I've been using this for a little over a week now, and I love it. All right, so now that we are all prepped and moisturized, I'm gonna move on to foundation. The foundation that I've been using for the last few months is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. So this is the one that gives a more dewy finish, and I love this stuff. I think the finish of it is so beautiful. The coverage is really nice. And by the way, I am in the shade 280. So I'm blending this out with a brush. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. And make sure you don't forget your neck. I like to go onto my ears a little bit too, behind them, down onto my neck. And then I'll even go down, like if I'm wearing a lower cut top like I am today, I'll go down onto my chest a little bit too, just so everything is nice and blended and there's no lines where the foundation stops. Then I'm gonna move on to concealer. I change up my concealer pretty regularly. Once I finish one, I like to try a different one just because, I don't know, I like to change it up. So currently I've been using the Jeffree Star Concealer. I'm in the shade C9, and so far I really like this one a lot. Gives good coverage, it doesn't crease up, it's also not drying. So I put that under my eyes, on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, along the sides of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. And then I'm gonna blend this out a little bit with that same e.l.f. brush. And then I'm going to take a damp beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques sponge. And what I do is I get it completely soaking wet, so there's still water in there. And then I will squeeze that out. And then I'll take a paper towel or a towel and really make sure that all the excess water is out of there so that it's just the perfect dampness. And then I go over everywhere that I just applied that concealer. I feel like the sponge, I can kind of like pinch it and get around my eyes and in every little like crevice more easily than with a brush. And this also will pick up any excess product, so that way the concealer isn't too heavy. Next, I'm going to apply some setting powder. This is the Derma Blend Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. So I take that same damp sponge and I just put this right under my eyes. Then while that powder is on there, I'm gonna move on to my eyes. On a regular basis, I keep my eyes very simple. So I'm just gonna take some bronzer. This is one of the Colourpop pressed powders. And then I'm just going to apply this bronzer in the crease. Just keeping it very simple. What's good about having that powder there as well is if I do have any fallout from this bronzer, the loose powder will just catch it and then I can just dust it right off and I don't have to worry about messing up my makeup. And that's basically it for the eyes. I'm gonna take a clean mascara wand and just brush through my lashes. I have eyelash extensions, so I just wanna make sure no powder fell into them and that they're sitting upright. Lash extensions make life so easy because that's literally it for my eyes. Now I'm gonna take a large powder brush. This is from IT Cosmetics, their Heavenly Luxe Wand Ball powder brush. And I'm gonna just dust that under eye powder off. I don't like to leave that powder on for too long because then I feel like it makes my under eyes a little bit dry. So whatever excess I have on the brush, I just kind of dust all over. Then I'm gonna take that same bronzer that I just applied on my eyes, and I'm using a Real Techniques sculpting brush. And I'm going to apply that to my cheeks. This bronzer is more of a warm tone, so I don't use this to really like sculpt my face out. If I'm trying to do like a really intense, serious contour, then I would use something different. But on just like a regular day, I don't normally like to do that anyway. I just like to add a little bit of color to my face. When you just have the foundation on, you can look very flat. So it's super important to add some kind of bronzer just to bring dimension back into your face. Bring that onto my forehead as well. Then I take a little bit and just bring it down onto my neck and chest. I'm gonna put a little bit on the sides of my nose as well. When you feel a cat hair on your face but you can't find it, next, moving on to blush, I'm using the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Matte Blush in the shade No Vacancy. And I'm just taking that with a round NYX brush. And just putting that on the apples of my cheeks. I've been obsessed with blush lately. And this has been my go-to one. I just feel like it lasts really well. I love the color. Oh, I just went so intense. Oh shit. I just got carried away talking about how much I love blush. And now I look crazy. But don't worry, we can fix that. And what I've been doing lately too is I will kind of go over my nose with it a little bit. I think that looks super cute. Then for highlight, I'm using the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. And I'm taking that on, this is a highlight and glow brush from Royal and Langnickel. I honestly don't remember where or when I got this brush, but anything that's this type of shape and size I like for highlight. So I'm gonna apply that to the high points of my cheekbones. And I love this highlight because you can go really soft with it, or you can build it up to something really intense depending on what you're feeling that day. So I switch it up. Usually if I'm gonna be filming, I'll go a little bit more heavy-handed with it. Then I like to bring that on the tip of my nose, up the bridge a little bit, on my Cupid's bow, a little on my chin, and then up above my eyebrows. I like a lot of glow, so I just kind of put it everywhere. Moving on to eyebrows. Lately I've been using the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil and then setting them with the Benefit Gimme Brow. Both of them I have in the shade 3.5. And then the final step for my base is setting spray. This is another thing that I change up all the time, and I honestly don't use setting spray to make my makeup last any longer or anything like that. I just like to use some type of facial spray to add a nice like mist and dew to my face. So let me show you. The one that I'm using today is the Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. So I just spray this all over my face, drench my face in it. Oh, I'm running low. And then I take my damp sponge and I just lightly bounce over my entire face. I feel like this step is really the game changer in your makeup routine because it just melts all of the makeup together so beautifully. And if you have any excess, it'll pick it up and just kind of like help press it in to your skin so that nothing looks too powdery, too cakey, too heavy. And then the last step is lips. So I'm just gonna take a tissue and wipe off that lip balm and any foundation. So this has been my go-to lip combo for the last, almost a year, I want to say. Majority of my sit down videos, this is what I have on my lips, and I always get so many questions about it. First step, I like to line my lips. This is the It Cosmetics Your Lips But Better lip liner in the shade Blushing Nude. I have been using this for the last like 3 years. This has been my go-to. Like if I'm doing a nude lip, this is the lip liner that I use first. And then I fill them in with this color a little bit as well. Then for my lip shade, this is from Ofra Cosmetics. I don't even remember exactly what it's called, but it's like a cream liquid lipstick. If you guys are familiar with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams, it's pretty much identical to that. It smells the same, feels the same. This is in the shade Pasadena, and this is just like my favorite color. And if I'm going for more of a matte lip, I will just leave it at that. But if I decide to go for a glossy lip, this is the lip gloss that I've been wearing. This is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss. I don't know why I was having such a hard time with that. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Mocha Twist. And when I apply this, I just put it in the center. And then just kind of lightly feather it out to the sides. Doing that, I feel like helps make your lips look a little bit more pouty and like plumper. And some days I'll just do the gloss by itself. It is a little bit sheer, but it has pretty good color on its own. So it just kind of varies. So that is the finished makeup look. This is my go-to look on a regular basis. And in majority of my videos, this is what I do. Sometimes I'll switch up the eyes and I'll do a little more eyeshadow, or I will change my lip color. But as far as like my face goes, this has been the routine I've been doing for the last several months. One thing that I did want to mention that you have to keep in mind, because I get questions all the time about my skin, like what foundation are you using? How do you get your skin to look so flawless and smooth? It really starts with a good skincare routine. As you guys saw, I don't really have any texture on my face. I don't have any acne. My skin for the most part is pretty good and pretty clear, and that's because I have a very vigorous skincare routine that I am super consistent with. If you don't have good skin to start with, if you have a lot of dry flaky spots, acne, it's going to be a lot harder to get this type of finish, and then even still you're going to be able to see that texture underneath. So I will do a skincare routine video very soon and show you what I do and everything that I use for that, because my skin has come a very long way. I used to struggle a lot with my skin, so I will definitely share my little secrets with you guys. So make sure you're subscribed, stay tuned for that video. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it and found it helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any requests for future videos, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.